Good. I want to say good morning, but it is good evening. It is 9:29 p.m. on April the 26th of 2019. I posted something. I'm going to have to, I really ain't going to take that off of there. I'm just going to flip this around right like this. No, I hit the wrong button. I'm trying to flip that camera around. I wrote a little poem. I had some words come to my mind today. They just flowed in. They flowed in the form of a poem. They're very spiritual, and I wasn't going to share them, but I remember my mother told me whenever I have thoughts like that coming into my mind, poetry and stuff, I should share them because they're not really my words. They're not, and so I'm going to share this with you, and it's called The Dark and the Light. A good evening. Okay, well, you're going to see it. You're going to hear it. I'm gonna read you these words that flowed into my mind today. It's called The Dark and the Light. Said the dark to the light, why are you here? I want the people to live in fear. You're bringing them hope, faith, and love. You're encouraging them to look above. Life was better without you around. Darkness ruled and I wore a crown. But you came along and things were changed. He gave you a throne and he gave you a name. You took the keys from me that day when you arose from that grave. Now here you come with the heavenly host. You're telling me it's time to go. I will not have it. I will take a stand. I'll spread my darkness across the land. The gates of hell will open wide. My demons will spread both far and wide. Oh, hear me, Jesus, the chosen one. The battle has only just begun. I will not go without a fight. I will take with me many lives. Do you hear me? Do you hear what I say? Why are you silent, name above all names? I hear you well, you who's from the pits of hell. My army of light is very near. I see you shaking and trembling with fear. You cannot run, you cannot hide. I'll shatter your darkness with my piercing light. Your time is up and your end is near. My army of light is already here. I hear you, Jesus, Son of God, you who have walked where no man has trod. The end. It was a poem that flowed into my mind. I get a lot of poetry flowing into my mind, but I don't often get things like this that sound like a conversation that was overheard. That came to me today. It was around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And you know, some people say it's like a form of channeling or whatever, but if you're like me and you have these words start flowing in your mind, you've got to write them down. You've got to get them out. Because they're not going to go away. You have to literally stop everything you're doing and let those words flow through and write them down. And they keep going until they stop. I'm going to read it one more time. But I couldn't share that by print on here. I couldn't just like post a poem. I've got to read it. So I'm going to read it again if you're just tuning in. And this is not for everyone. A lot of people don't like poetry, but these words came. It's called The Dark and the Light. Said the dark to the light, why are you here? I want the people to live in fear. You're bringing them hope, faith, and love. You're encouraging them to look above. Life was better without you around. Darkness ruled and I wore a crown. But you came along and things were changed. He gave you a throne and he gave you a name. You took the keys from me that day when you arose from that grave. Now here you come with the heavenly host. You're telling me it's time to go? I will not have it. I will take a stand. I'll spread my darkness across the land. The gates of hell will open wide. My demons will spread both far and wide. Oh, hear me, Jesus, the chosen one. The battle has only just begun. I will not go without a fight. I will take with me many lives. Do you hear me? Do you hear what I say? Why are you silent, name above all names? I hear you well, you who's from the pits of hell. My army of light is very near. I see you shaking and trembling with fear. You cannot run, you cannot hide. I'll shatter your darkness with my piercing light. Your time is up and your end is near. My army of light is already here. I hear you, Jesus, Son of God, you who have walked where no man has trod. The end. And that was a poem that flowed in my mind today. So yeah. No, it's not speaking about me. It's like, it sounds like a conversation between the evil one and Jesus. Yeah. I have no control over how words flow into my mind. I don't. They just flow in like that, and that's how I write them down. Yeah. Oh, I do listen to the Holy Spirit. I do. Are there any of you on here who gets thoughts that pour into their mind? Oh, I've been tired. I've been working a lot, and it's just only going to get bigger, busier. You do, Calico Dawn, and you know how hard it is. Roll, yeah, I've written poems all my life. There was a period in my life, though, when I got busy with life and children, and I just quit writing poems for a long time. And then during my awakening a few years ago, it all came back to me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You'll write many times, but you never share the deep details of the vision. I could understand that. Hello, Samantha City. Yeah. I haven't really had much time to even take pictures to focus on anything up in the sky. I've done a few live videos at night. That's about it. Of yes, it's right. I don't know where I got it. You're wearing a Jedi shirt. Oh, Tommy, that's funny. Yeah, I'll just wear whatever I can find in my closet at the time, because I did have a heavy like sweater on, since I work in an air conditioning building, and it gets pretty cold. Calico Dawn, you believe the vision you saw in 2012 is coming to pass? The weather is absolutely beautiful. It was beautiful today. The sky was blue, and the clouds were really white, and they just like flowed across the sky. They flowed really fast this morning, but right now the sky is clear, but it's nice outside. Yeah, there are a lot of people who had visions, and they were of a time that yet was to come. Hello, Kim Conkin. How are you? Yeah, I didn't go to the Facebook this time. I went to the YouTube because they didn't have a poem shared, so I come here to read it about the light and the dark. Yeah, there really is a battle going on. Hello, Jill, of the light and the dark, the light forces and the dark forces, and you can feel it spiritually. You're very welcome. That's true, Calico. Oh, yeah, it's so silly to be put in Facebook jail. It really is. I've never been in jail, although I've known people who have, and It's not pleasant. It really isn't. Yeah. I've got me a white candle burning. I like candles. I got lots of candles. Um, that's in case the electricity goes out. But I just have candles because we live out in the country and sometimes we get bad storms and stuff and it does knock out the power. So I like to have candles on hands, but I also like to just look at a candle. I like the white ones and just sit and reflect on them. So I've got this one right here. I'm not doing much reflecting on it right now because I'm on here. Samantha City, you are from Kentucky. I had relatives in Kentucky. I still do have relatives in Kentucky. My feet are getting hot. Oh my gosh. My feet are getting hot. My ears are feeling hot. Oh, it makes me want to go outside and cool off in that nice cool weather. Yeah. Too bad I can't push the button to bring someone on. I encourage people to step out in faith to fulfill their purpose. I am blessed and encouraged by your, let me see that. Your faith and courage. Yeah. Roll, you're from the Netherlands. That's good to know. Rich, you are, Rich, is this Richie from Boston? Richie of a Raptor Lights. Yeah. You know, is there anything any of you want to ask me? Hello, red, white, and disclosure. I'm pretty much an open book, but there might be some questions somebody might want to ask that I have never even spoke about. If I don't know the answer, I'm not even going to give you an answer if I don't know the answer. I will tell you this: it does take a lot of courage to get on here and get on that Facebook and put yourself out there in front of everybody, because you're going to face a lot of ridicule from some people. And then I was sitting there thinking today, how many crafts have I seen today? I'm going to tell you something. When I was walking to my car after work, I looked up there and there was you could see these square windows perfectly up there in the sky. They're white crafts and they have those big square windows. I could see it perfectly. And then I just stood there and then it just like the clouds covered it up. And then I seen another one also as I was driving home. So I've seen two really clear today. Okay, Rich. Hello, Don Williams from Oregon. You just got on checking your video out. Thank you for sharing. LR Wright, well, thank you. Yeah, it does take courage to get on here and face the people. And you can bend, but you better not break, because if you break, then they have defeated you. So I can bend. I can bend. I won't say that people don't get to me at times, but I will try to maintain my composure. You got pictures? Okay, and extraterrestrials. I'm missing something. Hello, Don. Oh. Roll? Okay, and extraterrestrials in it. I didn't see no people in it. No extraterrestrials in it. I just see them in the sky. I see them a lot more. If I focus on a cloud, that where I see the windows, the more I focus, the more clear it will become. It's like it will come out until I move my head away, until my mind starts getting unfocused. Then that's when it gets like covered up by the clouds. But the longer I focus, the more clear it becomes. And I would assume that other people can say the same thing. Oh, you're Linda Swart too. Linda Kirby, Linda Swart. Yeah. But then you know what? If I would have listened to all the discouragement and condemnation from the early go-get and even to now, if I let the words of certain people get to me, I would never succeed at anything. I wouldn't have no strength within me because I would let other people beat me down and discourage me. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to let other people tell me who they think I am and do destructive criticism on me, because no, I'm sorry, I've been there and done that, and I'm not going down that road again, okay? And really, if you're doing things like this, like I'm getting out there, there's a lot of people who get out here and share the things that they have caught or share things about themselves. If they let other people beat them down, they'll never succeed at anything. They won't. And you just have to picture it as if, you know, they're not the one who's going to tell me how to live my life. They're not going to tell me what my destiny is or my fate. You know, they're not. They're not in control of my destiny. So I just, you got to ignore them. You really do. Yeah. Yeah, Carol G, I do have some people who are getting really good at this, and I am very thankful. I do have a friend who has like this Facebook group called Talking Skies, and she's getting really good with her pictures. She's being able to bring the images out really good. Yeah, so I mean, if you're taking pictures and stuff, please do not listen to people telling you, "Oh, that's a lens flare," or "That's nothing there," or "You're out of your mind." Don't listen to it. Don't listen to it, because those are words meant to discourage you and cause you to quit. You cannot listen to people like that, because you cannot quit. You've got to keep going no matter what it is really that you're doing in life. Um, Well, Gina's been so busy lately, Carol. I haven't been doing too many pictures. It's normally on the weekends that I'm able to focus a little bit more. And it is gardening season where I'm at, so I've been busy doing gardening stuff too, getting the garden ready. Um, I keep seeing my hand get on here. I'm thinking, how is my hand getting on here? Oh, there it is down there. Oh my goodness. I'm going to read that poem one more time, and I'm probably going to get off here because I don't want to get on here and just like, I don't have nothing to say. Yes, I do have a life. Well, there's not enough me to go around. There really isn't. Not enough me to go around, but that's okay. I'll stretch. I'll stretch myself until I can do at least part of things I need to do and want to do. Yeah, I'm going to read this poem again that flowed in my mind. Yeah, and then I'm probably going to end this YouTube video. It's called The Dark and the Light. Let me fix my glasses. Said the dark to the light, "Why are you here? I want the people to live in fear. You're bringing them hope, faith, and love. You're encouraging them to look above. Life was better without you around. Darkness ruled and I wore a crown. But you came along and things were changed. He gave you a throne and he gave you a name. You took the keys from me that day when you arose from that grave. Now here you come with the heavenly host. You're telling me it's time to go? I will not have it. I will take a stand. I'll spread my darkness across the land. The gates of hell will open wide. My demons will spread both far and wide. Oh, hear me, Jesus, the chosen one. The battle has only just begun. I will not go without a fight. I will take with me many lives. Do you hear me? Do you hear what I say? Why are you silent? Name above all names. I hear you well, you who's from the pits of hell. My army of light is very near. I see you shaking and trembling with fear. You cannot run, you cannot hide. I'll shatter your darkness with my piercing light. Your time is up and your end is near. My army of light is already here. I hear you, Jesus, Son of God, you who have walked where no man has trod. The end. So if you're just tuning in, I had those words flow in my mind just like that. I don't normally write that type of poetry, but those words float in, and it seems as if it is a conversation that was being heard between the dark one and the light. So yeah, so that's what I shared on my Facebook, and I didn't share it on here because I can't, you know, just share a poem, so I had to come on here and read it. Well, thank you, Kim. I read it 3 times. Yeah, I couldn't believe it was flowing in my mind. Really, I couldn't. I was thinking, why are these words flowing into my mind? Because my mind was completely clear. And then, yeah. Alrighty, well, I hope you all have a good evening. I'm going to end this video and probably just look at my candle and relax because I've had a really busy week. Well, everyone else has too. So I was in there thinking, Gina, you know, you're telling people you were working, you had a busy week. Well, everybody works and has a busy week too. Well, buenas noches. Yeah, good night, good evening. Yeah, and I hope to see you all again soon. Oh, I don't know. From Rotterdam to the Netherlands. Okay.